All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's NIP versus ESC. It's the last game here of the group. Losers, they get to leave this group and leave the whole tournament. And the winners, well, they're going to go through second in seed after LDLC, who already made it out. So everything is on the line here, and we're going to be on cash for it, which is actually pretty interesting.
Absolutely. Those guys, they were getting a little excited up there, on the caster desk. I could feel Thorn, getting a little rumbly. But this is definitely going to be interesting. Watching Michael perform on cash with Nip, and a Nip that are actually fairly good on cash as well. This is going to be a real pleasure to watch. The real question mark here is, how are ESC going to perform now that their tournament life is on the line? Nip have been under the gun so many times, not with the new player, but still, the four guys, they have so much experience in this scenario. Now it's a question of whether ESC are going to be able to show their best game here when everything matters.
Cash might not be such a bad map for it, to be honest. I think Nip are still favorites, even though I said they've had some questionable results on cash. They've also had some all right ones. It's a little bit mixed, and generally, those results that have been poor have been against other really good cash teams. If you end up playing Hellraisers or something, it can get a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
Fnatic too, and teams of that caliber. So maybe ESC is going to be more manageable. Obviously, it'd be a devastating result if NIP don't make it through. ESC, they're going to be over the moon if they could somehow pull this off.
Oh, that would be just like a career win right there, right? You take out Nip in the group stage of a major. I mean, NIP are the team that makes it to the finals, and that's something that everybody knows. Going into these major events, this team has made every major finals, and last time they won it for the first time. So going into Dreamhack Winter here, it's everything for NIP. They want that back-to-back title run. If ESC were to put the stop to that, that would be huge. There's no describing how big a win that would be for ESC.
We shall see now. We're getting into it. Forrest already starting off, but he's going to go down just as he lands the headshot. It's going to be Zero taking him out, and now it's down to Get Right in this bomb site. Also going to be falling. Zero picks up a second kill, and now it's down to Exist and Michael here. 2 on 4. Not looking good for NIP in the pistol round.
No, this is definitely pretty bumpy. All of a sudden, they've actually managed to come out ahead. Decent flash there, but Michael Lilly doesn't look left. He still takes a man with him, but it's not enough. 1v4 couldn't actually get that retake going. But it looks like Nip, they wanted to try and put some aggression out there early, trying to clear those B halls, and they just ran right into the blender. Everybody was there from ESC, and once the fighting started, ESC did not let up.
Yeah, that's how you want to start. Just quick in there with the Glock train, get into the thick of it, and now NIP going for 4 C-sets, and then Freiburg characteristically with the Desert Eagle. And I mean, I don't blame him. He has a pretty high success rate using this pistol. Yeah,
I mean, the 1D, right? Freiburg, he can deliver. Now it's a question of whether he will actually manage it, and it looks like Nip are going for a pretty cool strat here as well, getting 4 guys stacked up on that A site. So I'm definitely all on board for this this kind of play here from NIP. 50-50 guess, really. If ESA come to A, they're going to be running right into a wall of CZ fire and maybe a Deagle, right? If they go to B, then Nip can actually hold on to this gear and carry it over into the 3rd round. So this is a decent strat coming out here from NIP. The question is, are ESC going to sniff it out? Are they going to realize, wait a second, A side isn't where we want to go?
I don't think so. They're sort of gravitating towards this side of the map. This could end up being a huge train wreck here for the Polish team. So let's have to see. Exist hiding in the corner right here. He's going to turn around for the flashbang. This is a good start for NIP, but he can't get the spray down here as ESC are just going to charge their way through. Instant, perfect take of that one. Started off with a 0 with that kill, leaving it now to Freiburg. Deagle, pretty good at this range, but in a 1-on-5, it's not the best weapon you could have.
Not exactly. Even though, like, Rollin, Innocent, Sparrow apparently is how we should be saying this as well. As Z in Polish is actually sh sound, apparently. So
I've been, the Polish community has been tweeting at me too, so thank you guys for doing that. We obviously want to do the best that we can. It's a good headshot from Freiburg here. If he can just come up with this Galil, it wouldn't be too bad here, but he's going to get overwhelmed. I think Mouse is, he's going to go down, but Freiburg, even if he didn't get killed, then the bomb would obviously take it with him, so kind of a tough position for him. 2 good kills from Freiburg, though, does make it a halfway decent round for NIP.
Yeah, I was about to say, exactly. All of a sudden, they get 2 kills out of that scenario. ESC still going to be happy that they're getting the round on the board. Of course, this is a CT-sided map, so they're really aiming for that 5-round mark to feel pretty confident going into the second half. They've got 2. They could get 3 here, because NIP aren't going to really spend too much money this round. This is definitely a solid start here for ESC. NIP, a bit flustered, actually, coming out of that round. I thought that they could do a lot more damage considering the angles they were playing. with those CZs up close like that.
Pretty relaxed eco coming out from NIP, though the counter boosting is definitely interesting, but it looks like ESC is prepared for it, and Exist is going to have to fall back. So some good preparation going in here for ESC, not getting caught off by any kind of fancy tricks from NIP. Good grenade as well will take down Freiburg. As Shiro as well coming with that kill.
Yeah, that's really going to shake things up, actually. I'm surprised that Nip would go for the counter boost so early with just an eco, right? You know, kind of giving away a card. I mean, of course, it's a common card, as we can see. ESC were ready for it, but also, you know, how much damage are you really going to do for USP unless you really do catch them off guard? I mean, it's interesting to see them just throw it out there and see if it sticks, right? ESC right now, they really are taking their time with this, not really overextending anywhere. Just slowly working out onto this A site once again, and there is Get right here in it with the P250, and there you go. That's what happens, and he could get another one. He will. They line up. Get right takes 3. It just isn't quite enough to secure it, but still, Rollin and Innocent are down to half HP, and Forrest, he's going to be right on top of them.
A terrifying moment, obviously, for ESC. They could have lost a 4th person to that one. Get right, they just lined up right in front of him. Now, Forrest, no kit, no armor, just a pistol in hand, does a little bit of damage. He's going to try and walk in, sees the shot in main, he gets the instant headshot. Now it's down to Rallin. He just has to hide in this corner, doesn't have to challenge Forrest. Wait for it here, and Forrest can't get the kill. Rallin survives on exactly 15 health or 16 health at the end. Very close.
Incredible, so close. Yeah, I mean, Freiburg was just like, we just needed a little bit more there, guys. We just another pitch, right? That would have been perfect. That was way too close. This shot here from Get Right, perfection. Picks up the AK, just has the time, just a thing of beauty. This is what we expect to see from Get Right. When he makes those plays happen, that's when you know Nip, all of a sudden, they're starting to get pretty scary. So this is looking fantastic here. NIP, they did that much damage on an eco round versus ESC. If they win this round, ESC are going to be broke. And Forrest starts us off strong. It is a 1v1, or a 1-for-1 though, so not ideal here for NIP.
There's a good return coming out right now for ESC, so they lose Shiro, and Michaelele is actually going to be picking off Minais here, just turning around exactly at the right time. That door was open, so that's a little bit scary. If he'd been walking a little bit further or just staying put on middle, could have been taken down and just outright executed. Now, at any point when you're a man down, actually, I think generally speaking, the B-bomb site's not such a bad choice here, because if you get that one entry frag, they have the smokes left to block off the site, maybe they can get in here and get the bomb down, but that one entry frag is going to have to be on Freiburg, and he's, you know, he's a bit of a rock in this bomb site.
He is. He is holding a bit of an exposed angle. Now he decides to fall back to the site, and this is where it gets interesting because he's actually going to counter smoke this push and make it so that ESC really get closed in on a single angle. Look at this. They have to walk right around, and Freiburg's going to be expecting this. He's in a perfect position to deal with this. He's buying a lot of time for his mates to rotate in as well, and there you go. Peekaboo from Freiburg, and it's down to Innocent, 1v3. It's not looking too hot here for ESC in the 4th round.
Innocent, what can he do? He goes for the spray, but Exist will take him down. And NIP are on the board with the first round here. Freiburg giving us an interesting illustration of exactly how good of a position you can put yourself in simply by playing a positional game. You don't have to be you know, a professional player to land the kill that Freiburg just did, but to actually come up with the smoke and to play with the audio, he knows exactly where they are, even just by listening to them. Very smart play, very intelligent. It's going to put them into the 5th round here, and ESC, because they lost so many rounds, that one round where Get Right got the 3 kills in, now they have to eco instantly. Yeah,
and this is going to be an opportunity for Nip to start creating a bit of a buffer here. It's going to have to be a perfect eco round situation. Get Right lighting him up, and Get Right and Freiburg just completely annihilate the push. Freiburg firing his gun. I mean, that is the perfect round, the perfect follow-up for Nip, because now they get that buffer. Now they get some extra money in the bank. They're going to have a little bit of breathing room here, so this is looking good. And Michaelele seems to really be integrating well with the team as well. So this is cool to see Nip, you know, kind of revitalized here.
Yeah, ESC Gaming back on a buy already, and taking a little bit slowly. You can see they're kind of dodging the middle, and exactly because this grenade comes out so often, if you go straight for the boost, like you often see in matchmaking, for instance, you can really easily get grenaded, yeah, right to the face. So they're trying to keep it cool, ESC, and that's a good choice so far. And they have all the grenades to go for this kind of a push if they end up making it. Definitely be great. But Michaelele, he took down Minais right through the squeaky door, and that's got to be frustrating.
Oh, that's got to be so painful right there for ESC. They're already down that potential flank. Exist is going to be working, holding right on the edge, and a good flash there to slow up ESC as well. ESC just slowly trying to get out onto this site, but Nip are giving them no easy way in. Innocent, 1-for-1 trade. Get Right just trying to work it in, but this is now turning in to a chicken shoot. NIP, perfect retake scenario there with, once again, Exist playing very well, holding far back and not giving ESC any easy frags to get in on that site.
And the crowd, you know, silent for the first 3 rounds, but now sort of coming alive. And I mean, that's what Happy was talking about during the interview at the end that James did, is that, well, yeah, every time NIP do anything at all, the crowd, they go nuts, and that definitely helps them out. ESC must be feeling the weight of that too. They're already playing a team that's that they know is really, really strong, and they have that kind of support. It's hard to deal with.
It really does feel like Dreamhack is NIP's home turf, doesn't it? Like every time they come here, it's just the crowd. It's just chock full of NIP fans, and Exist making it look easy. That was really clean. That's definitely what you look for there. Yeah, man.
No issue at all. Nicely handled.
They're getting hype right there, too, in the front row. But this is looking like NIP are starting to gain some momentum here, and that's not what you want. That's not what you want if you're an ESC fan or if you're ESC in this scenario. You cannot let them get comfortable. And there should be a big buy round coming out now from ESC after that round of eco. But no AWP to play with. It's all down to the AKs.
Yeah, but now look at the amount of Molotovs here. This is actually a lot of Molotovs to be buying when you're on the terrace side. And because they're all headed this way, I mean, you can use the Molotovs to Molotov the vents all the way from the terrace side of the middle. You could also use them to firebomb this A bomb site. So I'm kind of hoping that we'll see something like that from ESC, because it's very cool to witness. But right now they're spreading out. It's very standard spread. They're covering all the angles, making sure NIP aren't going aggressive anywhere that they can't see it coming. And we'll see what the Polish team decides to do. I hope that we see a strategy based around these Molotovs, because that's a lot of fun on this map.
Curious. I mean, they could use it to clear out the B side as well. There are already 2 guys holding up in Toxic right now. Michael Lily may run into one of them, though. Depends on the timing, depends on the angle. And he puts a shot through the wall. Here's the HE. Hello, Rollin. Down to 70 HP, just like that. Michael Lily putting them on notice right now.
If he had hit that shot too, that would have been so eerie. And there we go, a couple of Molotovs going into the site. They're going to try and burn out the other side of the middle and force their way in through the vent as well into check it. Rumakelele holding in the background here with the AWP, and this smoke isn't covering him quite. He easily picks up the kill, goes for the re. He's going to miss that shot, but he gets time to reload. He gets the shot through the wall, and it's not quite enough, but then Exist is there to pick it up. Mouse going down last, and it is a team ace for NIP. Every single member picking up 1 kill, in case somebody doesn't know what that term means. 5-3, NIP winning 5 rounds straight here, and a pretty good start to the half for them.
And once again, I believe, were they able to save the AWP? I don't think they were able to quite make it over there to save Michael Ellis' AWP, so that is going to be a bit of a costly round. Did they hold on to it?
I think they did.
Or is that 6,000 drops by Get Right? All right, regardless, NIP, they still have the money to buy whatever they want, so that's the important bit here. So long as they can maintain that buffer, it's going to be looking pretty good here for the Ninjas. ESC, however, once again forced onto pistols, and they're going to go back to this A site. It's going to be the full run, straight out. Exist with the mad spray, and he just gets shredded. Oh, Michael mid-air through the wall. Michael is waking up. Another frag for him.
No chance for Innocent. He goes down, and the NIP take care of business. A little bit of crazy spray coming out from Exist, but, you know, left room for Michael to shine just a tiny bit. 6-3. And ESC keep having to eco every once in a while before they finally put in a round where they can actually buy these rifles. Now, they could have gone for an AWP in a round like this. They have the money for it, but they decide not to. They're not interested in trying to challenge Michael.
It seems like they want to be quick on their feet. That is something that you can go with as well. When you have the AKs, you can be a bit quicker to move around, not relying on it. But yeah, that is going to be an interesting answer, because the Scar 20 holding from this position, for the position that Exist plays, a smoke could be down. If Exist knows the push is coming through.
The middle, they're counter boosting again. I think we got to take a look at Forrest right now. I think he's being boosted over. Forrest, yeah, he picks up the kill on Rallen. He's coming up from behind them. This whole push is gone. Forrest, perfect timing, takes down Zero as well. And now Mouse finally deals with it. It might have been too late. Forrest just wrecked that whole round for ESC.
Well, Menai's does manage to come back and take out Get Right, however, so that's an interesting frag there. But NIP have rotated over. That bomb, it is on the wrong side of the wall. No, it's on the other side. So this is still not that tense a scenario here. ESC are just going to have the time as well, because 50 seconds left. They could still play around with this. It's just they've taken so much damage. I mean, they don't even have 40 HP between the two of them right now. That's fairly brutal going up against a Scar 20, and that's why. One shot each, and the job gets done. NIP, it was all about Forrest right there.
Yes. So, you know, we saw the counter boost work, you know, when they only had a pistol. We saw them try and do it, and they got instantly caught. And then we see an example of how well it can work if you get the timing down just perfectly. And that's pretty much what Forrest did. So that's terrifying. After you got the first kill, you could argue that maybe ESC should have been communicating a little bit better to turn around and get, but they're obviously so focused on that A main entrance that they just couldn't adapt for it. So good opening.
Yeah, that's when one of those gamble scenarios actually pays off huge in spades. And now ESC, I mean, they did have enough money to go for a full buy again. So this time around, look, they've taken a position far back in T-spawn to make sure that that counter boost cannot happen. But Michael, once again, playing aggressive in the B halls, will find that kill on Mouse. And that's going to start off Nip with the entry once again. So this is definitely looking like Nip's scenario. Gerrit gets flashed into Garage, and he's going to pick off Rollin. And now Nip are pretty much having their way with the pulls.
Forrest waiting on over here as Manais is going to go down to the Exist and the auto sniper. And Forrest gets flashed in as well. Gets the kit pick even when he's blind. It's going to be down to 0, and I don't think he can do that much right now. It's a 1-on-4. He gets the first headshot, which is a really nice one, but he can't take down Exist. He ends up dropping, and that is now an 8th round for NIP. 8 in a row, straight on. And the problem that ESC is facing right here is that they actually are just trying to set up a standard play. They just want to spread out across the map, make sure NIP aren't pushing aggressively anywhere. And NIP aren't even allowing them to do that. So what, I mean, at this point, it's actually almost like it would make sense for ESC to try and go for a rush, because obviously NIP aren't letting them play that slow game right now.
Exactly. Let's see if they, and look at this, straight into the B halls this time around. They look like they want to try and get a punish on the Michael. This could potentially be a really sick nade, and there you go. Double nade, in fact, an Innocent down to 34, and Freiberg falls back onto the site. He's got the solid position. He does lose his mate, however, so he has to try and slow this down, and that's what that smoke is supposed to do. Question is now, does he actually face? And yes, he does. He takes a kill.
Beautiful flashbang as well to follow up. It covers him, but they obviously get completely flashed. Forrest waiting in the vents, is going to shoot it out quick here. Freiberg's picked up 2 kills before he went down, and it's going to be down to Innocent and 0 left here. Actually, Freiberg ended up with a triple. Can they at least get the bomb down, ESC? They don't need that many rounds here. 4th round would be big for the Polish team. They just need to lock down this bomb site and hold on to it, and that's not impossible. Auto Sniper and AWP, not the best weapons to retake with for NIP. In fact, it's probably going to be a little bit rough here for the Swedish team, but Exist takes a shot right through from upper. 0 is trying to get in through. He's actually going to trade places with the remaining NIP players. What on earth is going on? He's on the outside. He's got the double already. Is he going to get back in? Is Exist going to let him? He gets the first kill, turns around, and then Michaelele will pick it up, and NIP just barely get out of that round. And they will make it to the 9th. That's so close.
Yeah, I'm feeling like they're getting these rounds, and rounds like that by the smallest of margins. I mean, trading places in a smoke, come on. The timing is just a half second off. If he walks in a half second earlier, he catches Michael with the nade in his hand, with his back turned to him. It's just sometimes that's the way it goes. And right now, NIP, they're creating their own luck. This is definitely looking so good for them. More money than they know what to do with. And ESC, they did get that plant, so they're able to keep the pressure up, but they're quickly running out of rounds now. They definitely need to get one of the remaining 3 in this half. 11-4 could still be feasible, and Michaelele through the box, gets the shot anyway. Goodbye, good night. There's no punishing him.
You see his confidence starting to build, and it's the same for a lot of these really top AWPers. Is once their confidence starts to build, they play more and more and more aggressively to take more risks, and somehow they seem to work more as well, which is really scary. Like you said, they're creating their own luck. It definitely is like a legitimate term to use sometimes, because you know some of these peaks seem to be on paper not a good idea, but they make them work anyway. JW is obviously the other example. Yeah. We can use that, very powerful, and Kenny is here as well. Mouse, Rallen, and Innocent left, and they're going to walk right in. Michaelele somehow misses that shot, and he's going to smoke off and try and see if he can fall back. Just buy a little bit of time here, which he's definitely going to be able to. Back up is here in Forest, swell up on the high ground. Michaelele goes down. It's a great opening from Rallen. Let's see if ESC have a little bit more to show us here. Forest gets flashed. He's going to deny the bomb plant anyway. Mouse and Innocent left. 2 on 3. They take down Forest. It's not all over yet. They got another 2 on 2 on their hands. They could do this once again. There's a real chance here for ESC.
They do, but Exist once again on the high ground. Gerrit just goes rushing through. No fear from him, but this time around, the clutch will not happen for NIP. Mouse from Checkered does all the work there. Shuts down Gerrit, who went just a second too early. And Exist not able to be in a position to back his mate. It just kind of fell apart from there. So this time around, ESC, they're on the edge. They've got 4 rounds on the board. That was a very costly round for them, though, so this is still going to be a bit of a touch-and-go round, seeing as how they only have 4 rifles to work with and limited nades. whereas NIP have all the money still to go for a full buy. So let's see if they can do it again here in one of the remaining 2 rounds. Can ESC actually turn things around for themselves here in this half?
Freiburg going to flash his way through, does a lot of damage, and gets the kill as well. He's going to be out of bullets, though. He's got the pistol still in hand. He's pre-firing, but he will go down, and so will Get Right. A great entrance right now from ESC. They killed in about 5 rounds already, which will be a great result for them. They line up for Forrest. He takes 2 kills, still got 7 bullets. He can't get the triple, though. And now it's to Exist. Left up to him to try and see if he can clutch this 1-on-2. He's got the health for it, and he's got the kit as well, and there's no bomb plan yet, so he's got plenty of time to maybe get a good pick off there. Grenade will chip off just a little bit, and the bomb is going to go down. So he definitely knows where one player is, but the other one is a bit of a tricky situation. He sort of falls down, gets the shot, turns 180. He's got 29 health. He's spraying through the box, and now the grenade is going to come out as well. He's got the pistol here, and he gets the shot home. It's a double kill, and Exist 1-on-2, even stumbling almost drunkenly into the bomb site, and still picks up that headshot. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. I don't think he can believe it either for a second there. He had that moment, just a preemptive 180 spray, and he still manages to pull it off.
You had a drunken kung fu, but I mean, I don't think it applies to Counter-Strike. It's not quite the same, is it? Just because you're stumbling, shouldn't be picking up those kills.
Rollin there. I mean, that's all prediction also going. Rollin, unfortunately, did not go Rollin's way because he was expecting Exist to just try and push through right on the right flank. So that time around, Exist, man, he just kept his cool and he got the job done. NIP, this is really bad for ESC as well. They're going to have to go for a rush round. It looks like they just try and run in. Rollin will take out Forrest, though, so that's a big piece off the table now for NIP.
They've had a lot of success in this bomb side, ESC, so I don't blame them for continuing to try. But this time, NIP, they seem ready for it. Mike Kilele wants to try and no-scope. Could have actually been very successful then. Rallen is going to go down as well after picking up that double, leaving Innocent alone. It's 1-on-3, and Gerrit is right in the perfect position. That's 11-4 for the first half. I think Gerrit ended up with a triple at the end. And NIP staying fairly consistent. You know, top fragging is Forrest at 16. The lowest on the scoreboard is Freiburg at 10. It's not such a big difference. So they're functioning pretty well as a unit in terms of fragging, whereas ESC do have a problem that they weren't having on Mirage against Planet Key, which is that Minai is all the way down at 3 kills, and the top is Firo with obviously with 12 kills. So it's a bit more of a discrepancy going on there.
It is a bit of it does look a little uneven there, and that's actually something you remember from the beginning of the group as well. Minai is off to a real bumpy start at the beginning of the day, just not really going his way. So now we have to see here if he's going to be able to wake up once he gets onto that CC side and starts playing with that AWP.
I mean, considering the fact that that obviously ESC ended up 7 rounds behind NIP, it's actually kind of impressive that that Spheros ended up at 12 kills to begin with. Like, he's really had a really good first half. It turned out to not quite be enough. Now, you can make 11-4 comebacks, but I think at that point ESC would need to play a more even team, whereas now they're playing NIP, it's a little bit more tricky. I think 5 or 6 rounds was the goal for them. Falling short of that goal, I think it's going to be very, very tough for them here. It
is. A lot of this, as always, is going to come down to the pistol round. And if ESC can pick up the pistol round, they can give themselves the confidence. And I don't think NIP are still 100% right confident in their T play quite yet. I still think they're working out some kinks. So if they get a bumpy start here versus ESC, if they don't get that pistol, and if say they were to lose the buy round after it, it might get a little scary here for the Swedes. So this is still not over yet. ESC, they can fight. They just have to have the confidence coming into it. And yes, Peter, we're all lip readers. You know, we can totally hear what you're trying to say there.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
I imagine NIP might try and go for an A push in this pistol round, though. Even though we saw the really cool B push coming out from ESC, getting in there quickly, I imagine that maybe NIP are going to try and play it just a little bit more slowly. They do have the Molotov and the smoke already picked up by Freiburg. Not a big indication. Could still go either bomb site, but I mean, especially in the pistol round, if you Molotov the back of the bomb site, the A bomb site, you can actually sometimes force players out. So that's not a bad idea. If they are going to end up doing that, wouldn't be too surprised. It's a nice idea.
Yeah, bomb is making its way over there right now, and it does look like at least they are going to have this set up initially. to be able to hold any kind of push coming in from ESC towards this A site. They do look like they want to wind up there as well. They still have Freiburg kind of lurking back in T-spawn towards those B halls to make sure that, well, right now, NIP have pretty much canvassed the map. It's a straight line across the map for them. They're just holding to make sure that ESC can't try and push out and get control. They want to make sure that ESC get boxed in so that when they come in with the nades, it's going to do maximum damage until Innocent just clicks away 2 of them. Forest and Exist are off the map, and things start to fall apart for NIP.
It's a beautiful opening here for ESC. Very, very nicely handled there from Innocent, taking control all on his own. And I think NIP wanted to end up in that bomb site, but now that they've lost 2 players, B feels more comfortable for them. And I mean, it's not necessarily going to be easy. Actually, Mouse is in a position that's very, very easy to Molotov. If he ends up dying to that, definitely be hilarious. Sphero's over here, and he could get smoked off as well. Freiburg's in with the Molotov already. It's a nice headshot from Sphero, and things have gone from bad to worse now for NIP. It's get right left alone, and ESC with a beautiful pistol round. Very, very nicely handled on the Polish side.
Yeah, just fantastic work from them. That was pretty much as clean as it gets. Innocent starting it off really strong, catching the guys peeking him at A main, who were intentional. I mean, that was the intent for NIP, to catch him if he peeks from this angle, but Forrest just steps back into it, and then Exist doesn't manage to land the shot that needed to happen there for NIP to have a fighting chance. Because NIP could have very well sped up to get onto that A side as well if they killed off Innocent. So just nothing really going NIP's way that round, and that's the kind of bumpy start that I was worried about. They're going to go for a buy round here, seeing as how they didn't get the plant. It's going to be CZ Armor for NIP with some nades, and now we can see the nades set up here. Only 1 player holding hard on that A site right now, though, although they still have Sphero who can rotate in quick off short. So let's see how things go here.
Brandon gets the first kill, bit of a stack going on, and it's going to be nice going down next. They're trading a lot back and forth. NIP doing a fine job at the moment, but they need to get that bomb down, just secure the money, because they didn't get it in the pistol round. I think Michael is going to be able to put it down. Get right hiding over by Forklift. This round is a little bit scary for ESC. They really can't afford to let that go. That would be a travesty considering all they've been through to actually win this pistol round. Get right, just trying to buy here some time here. He's got the C set in hand. I think he spotted 1 person right there, but he's got to look up at some point too, and he's not quick enough here. Innocent will take him down, and Mouse will finish off Michael earlier. A good retake, and well-coordinated retake coming out from ESC, so no problem there. They do also have the defuse kit, so on Zero, so he's going to be all right. That will put it 11-6. This game has actually all of a sudden turned very interesting.
Yeah, this is definitely woken up here now, because ESC, you can start to see them get fairly focused. Money is not there for NIP. I mean, they did do some damage, but they only just got the plant. They don't quite have enough to go for a full buy here. And yeah, it looks like they're only going to be going for pistols. So some pistols, some nades to work with, couple flashes, that Molotov again. So let's see exactly where they decide to take this one this time. And the bomb is making its way towards B site. So it looks like they may want to use that Molotov to clear out the back of B site perhaps and just start rushing through. But a nice HE here could ring their bells. Only takes about 10 HP off Forrest though, so not the best nade in the world.
And a really efficient push coming out from NIP. Forrest actually shooting out the windows up there through the other windows that's going into the main corridor. So actually pretty cool, tiny little detail. But no problem for ESC. Sphero picking up 2 quick kills here. They haven't lost a single player yet. So Get Right is going to get found. And even though he gets the headshot in, it's not enough. So 11-7, only a 4-round difference right now. This is really big. If NIP don't win this upcoming round, ESC can reclaim a large part of this game.
Oh, they're drawing even right now. This is the big round here. This is almost the make or break round for NIP. They do invest in the rifles. Now they've got the AWP on Michael to play with. This is big here for NIP. They need to lock this round down because ESC are going to start getting out of control. Spiro has an AWP to play with of his own, so this is going to be very interesting. NIP looking like they want to put a little bit of pressure here initially with the double nade, hoping to catch somebody holding close by Forklift, but that's not going to be the case. ESC once again going for the boost here to hold this angle, and this could potentially catch NIP off guard. Oh.
A bit of a fight going on. ESC with the boost up here, just trying to look into the main entrance to the A bomb site. Well, the Swedish team playing it fairly slowly at the moment, just like a couple of rounds ago. They don't want to give too much away. In the pistol, they had a similar idea, and they ended up getting picked off. So we'll see if it's going to work a little bit better this time around. As I think Freiburg is making its way over towards the middle of the map. Wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see the round that NIP actually wanted to play in the pistol only played out in the 4th round here. Smoke goes off, and then the big question is if they can actually Molotov out the 1 player that's holding over here in the A bomb site.
Now here is a bit of a mystery for ESC. They're dancing right on the edge of the smoke, but these smokes are designed to get control here for NIP. Now they can start making ASC guess where they're going to be coming from. Forrest decides to push up short, though, and this is looking like it's going to be an A split from mid through A main from Squeak. This is it. NIP are going to be here on this site. They need to land the shots, but Rollin is still alive by Forklift, and he's only going to get the one.
Good entrance so far from NIP. The bomb's going to go down. So Molotov, if he lands it into the back, it could definitely land on Makelele here. He's not got that much health, but it's missing just a little bit. That could have been a perfect kill to make it a 2-on-2. Zero's going to come in. Good shot onto Exist. He jumps, he gets legged as well, but Makelele is trapped in the corner, and how is he going to get out? He needs to help out. He's going to get the kill anyway, and that's Get-Right landing a headshot. Makelele, they're definitely playing against the odds there.
Yeah. This is incredible that he actually manages to offset the timing just a hair and gets that shot in first. That was actually a big opportunity missed there by ESC, bringing it back to a 2-on-2. Spiro just playing out of his mind, but when it came down to it, NIP were able to execute that 1-2, and they are now sitting on 12 rounds. Again, when it came to the crucial round, they were able to make it work. This time around, however, ESC, they realized that, this is the danger zone. 2 AWPs now for them. This is how they're changing it up.
Let's look at Makelele real quick, because he's boosted all the way up on the ice cream truck, and it's actually sort of looking down.
Yeah.
So he's boosted up on top of Get-Right to get the shot home, which is definitely a very cool idea.
Something we see too often, actually. This is a pretty good angle. Oh, that was so close. So close. Innocent had no idea. But they have done some initial damage to Spiro already. Nip just getting that work and trying to soften up ESC. ESC actually with a clever position here. Rollin, the flash to clear it out, but Get-Right, he's actually going to wallbang right through. Sick game sense there by Get-Right, making sure that he covers all the angles, but he loses Makelele in the process, and we're right back into a 4-on-4.
Minais is the one player right now that needs to come alive for ESC for this to work out. He's been underperforming on this map, and there's no time for it now. He has to step it up with his AWP. It's a good grenade on Get-Right. It's a good follow-up shot on Forrest as well. Minais doing good work. Innocent is going to take down Freiburg, and now it's down to Get-Right and Exist, and things looking pretty decent right now for the Polish team. They're really putting in a lot of effort here. Exist is going to take down Mouse all the way over by the truck. Get-Right finds a kill, and somehow we've ended up in a 2-on-2, although the advantage health-wise is still with ESC, and Sphero going to pick up with a kill finally. Exist goes down. Great work from ESC.
Yeah, just keeping their cool. They did take a lot of damage in that. It was cutting it a bit close, and they are going to lose one of those AWPs. That's a little unfortunate for ESC, but still, they get the desired effect. They pick up a round, and that's the most important thing here, because that's also going to wreck Nip's money. They lose the round bonus at this point, or at least from the win. They got reset. So that one round actually ends up costing Nip because they aren't able to get the follow-up. ESC now get a little bit of breathing room once again because this is going to be an eco round out of NIP. So again, they can start the ball rolling for themselves, keep that momentum going. Nip are definitely not out of the woods yet. So this is definitely going to be, well, I think this is going to shape up to be a down to the wire, man. I think I'm seeing 30 rounds out of this now.
I don't disagree. It's looking a little bit scary, if you were just joining this match right here, if you didn't know anything about what had going on in the first half and the pretty good start that NIP had, you just look at it, it's 12-8. ESC is on the more favorite side. NIP are currently ecoing, and the Polish team is going to build up a little bit of money in this round, hopefully. Things aren't looking too bad here. Rallin's going to try and survive, and he'll even be successful. Nobody dying on the ESC side. So, yeah, this is now turning into a very interesting game indeed. NIP, they have enough to force it up this time on 3 members. 2 of them would have to buy Galil's. Question is if they will or won't.
That's the thing. Old Nip wouldn't hesitate. And they are gonna go for it. Look at that. Glass cannon AWP picked up on Makelele. This is interesting. This is old style, basically. Nip, if they had more than 3 grand, they were buying. They didn't believe in ecoing. So they're trying to keep the pressure up. They know they need to get the rounds. They can't let ESC run away with this now. And Makelele has that AWP to work with. So let's see if he can actually land the shot. Nade to the face, drops him down to half HP, and that is not how he wants to start.
Gets softened up a little bit, and actually Forrest bought him this AWP, and now Forrest has no armor. That's a big change. That shows you just how much NIP are willing to invest into Makelele as an AWPer, which wouldn't have happened previously with NIP in the lineup. They would have just gone rifles on everybody if they couldn't afford it. And this is a same exact choice we see other teams, like Titan do, for instance. They would have definitely sacrificed someone to get an AWP on Kenny. So that's a very interesting parallel, and it's something that obviously shows that NIP as a team they are making real efforts to make changes to how their game works. Not necessarily revolving 100% around Makelele, but they're making a conscious effort right here. Innocent is going to take down Forrest. No body armor, instantly gone.
Yeah, just no hope there for Forrest. As soon as he gets tagged down, he's going to be ground down to a halt. Instead, it's going to be NIP now. The rest of his mates running into this B site. A whole lot of damage being dealt to Zero, and he gets caught out in the open. Perfect Molotov there, but his mate Mouse is still alive, and he takes out Exist as he tries to make his way onto this bomb site. Freiberg now gets shot in the back, and this is looking like ESC are going to regain control. Michael Lille is the only man alive now for NIP. Just like that, ESC get control.
What a curious round. I actually have almost no idea what just happened, because obviously that opening, Zero almost getting burned to death like that, and Get Right being their perfect timing, looked like it was all going to go wrong, and then NIP crumbled 1 second later. I'm not sure how that all worked out, but ESC, now they're well within striking distance. This is 12-10, double AWP setup, and Michael is the only one who saved that up, so he has to come up big here. This has to be the star moment for Michael Lille. He can really carry his team back into this game right now.
He can. This is his big opportunity. You're absolutely right. I mean, he's got the gear. And, well, he can definitely perform. We've seen him land shots all day long. But there's the first nade. Exist takes the damage. Michael Lille dodging it, playing patient. Now the question is he going to just sit and wait for Innocent to peak? Because Innocent has peaked mid like this time and time again, which is why Michael Lille was hanging around there looking towards that position. Does he actually find it, though? Flashes are out. Innocent going for it. The smoke is down, and this is the battle. This is the patience coming out here. Innocent just not willing to give NIP that entry.
Look at this. All of NIP escorting Michael Lille into the middle. He's definitely the VIP right now on the NIP team. They've got to make sure he stays alive and does a lot of work here. Forrest is going to be going down. Should be an ESC round here, but it's all about this one up on Michael Lille, and they're really trying to maneuver it into the perfect position. It's like he is the artillery in this war right now. The Mouse is going to come charging out. There's a good opening for Michael Lille. They need a little bit more. He's going to smoke off to the corner here. Michael Lille can't get the leg shot off here, and that's going to buy them some time. Freiberg charging in with the deal in hand. It's still not done. It is a 2-on-3, but NIP can actually do this. There's the shot from Freiberg. Stole the AWP. NIP working a little bit of magic right now as it's a 2-on-2. And there's Freiberg going down. So now it's on the man that we started off with here, Michael Lille. He's watching the crossover. He needs to make this a quick one-on-one. And Menais is very low on health. If he catches Rallen first, that would be amazing. Then the pistol could finish the rest here. He's going to get the chance too. He's looking close right now. That bomb ticking away. He's missing the shot, and that's going to be it. ESC charging all the way back in, and they have the time. They have the kit. That's now 12-11. So close for the Swedish team.
Just all on that one shot there from Michael Lille, and a strafe shot as well, and he couldn't quite get it. I mean, Anders, it can't be magical, but this isn't a fairy tale. And NIP, they aren't writing the story right now. They are definitely, they're deep in dark woods right now. This is very scary for them, because ESC are getting so close to closing this out. NIP, because that was a bit of an off round, they still have the money going into it, so it's not over. But ESC, they are well within striking distance.
It's getting scary. There's no doubt about it. And this would be the ultimate upset. This would be the headline of the tournament almost, if ESC end up knocking out NIP in the group stages, just sending them home. That just cannot happen. Zero is going to be taking down Freiberg here, and Forrest, he gets the return kill on Innocent, but great return for Menais. I mean, it's not like the Polish team aren't earning this. They are actually playing really, really well right now. NIP is trying to see if they can make an entrance over here by the A bomb site. We've got Menai still covering in the background, and he's slowly but surely starting to come alive.
He is, man. This is it. He had a bit of a rough start, but definitely he's starting to connect the dots. And through the wall, tag on Get Right into the squeak and gets him through the door as well. Menais back-to-back wallbang shots and takes Get Right out of the fight. This is now down to Exist, the only man alive, 1v4. He's got the bomb, so he's got that going for him, but not a whole lot else. 40 seconds now, and he's hoping really right now that ESC are going to get impatient and rotate off this site. But he does manage to catch Sphero peeking, and he's going to go for the follow-up, but Nice is there to shut him down, and this is looking like ESC. They've tied it up, Anders. This is it, 12-12, and NIP, the money just isn't. Well, actually, no, the money is there.
Yeah, but only because they've lost all these rounds in a row. We're now 5 rounds in a row for ESC, so that's making the difference right here for the Swedish team. The danger comes if they start winning rounds. Then they have to keep winning rounds. Always say that, and it's always true anyway. NIP. They have the 2 Molotovs. Let's see what they can make work right now, because they need to pull out something special here.
Oh, they need to do something magical, you're right. Is it that fairy tale? Is the carriage going to roll in right now? Carry them to the win?
How close are we to midnight? Because isn't that usually when something changes and it all breaks apart?
Is it a full moon out right now? Does Freiburg go full beast mode?
I mean, if you want NIP to win, you better pray to the IKEA gods or something like that. That's the level that we need right here for the Swedes. That Molotov landing right in the face of that Polish player. Innocent gets the kill though, and a follow-up shot. Gonna go in favor of NIP, and they keep trying to push in here. They're gonna get the entry frags as well. Freiburg goes down, Exist very low on health, but there's gonna be a bomb plant happening right now, and NIP have a good chance of holding this bomb site. They have excellent post-plant positions in checkered, outside by the vent, and also inside the bomb site. This is a triangle of doom coming in here from NIP and ESC. Are they gonna risk going in for it?
That's the question. They also know that a man was coming in from mid, and there you go. Michael Elliott trying to play with him, trying to run time off this clock, but Roland takes out Exist. He was low. We lose Michael Elliott as well. It's Forrest now all on him. He's trying to close the distance. This man is holding down, and ESC do it. Forrest can't make it in time, and the defuse happens right under his nose. ESC are in the lead.
Incredible end to that round. ESC deciding, instead of fighting to try and find all the NIP members, we just kill the one guy who's in the bomb site and go for the straight defuse. Such a risk, a huge risk to take, and it worked out marvelously for them. So I am impressed by ESC. They have really been showing us something here. It's 24 rounds for Innocent, it's 24 kills for Innocent, it's 22 for Rallen, 0 right now at 20, and then 11 and 11 for Manais and Mouse, who have been slowly climbing back into the game. They both had very underwhelming first halves, and now second half come, they start to step it up.
They really do now, actually, because the kills that they've been landing in the second half have been high impact kills, really shutting down key players for NIP. So this is really shaping up. I mean, basically, this is so close now that NIP have taken a pause. They've actually said, okay, we're going to use our pause. We're going to sit back and talk this over. And you almost wonder, can you see the fear? Garrett's not looking too confident right now. This is history here. NIP, this is the finals team in majors. They don't go out before the finals, and they won the last one.
Exactly right. Dreamhack Winter last year, they make it second in place. Katowice, they come second. Gamescom, they win it. So for them to go out on the group stage, definitely not be very impressive for them, and obviously a big shock if it happens.
Versus ESC as well. I mean, one of the hugest a huge underdog going into this entire tournament.
Yeah, that is exactly right. The Polish team are looking confident, as well as they should be. We already have one really good Polish team, a world champion team in Virtus Pro, but I mean, this Polish team is showing some real promise right now. It's getting exciting right here. It's the 26th round, and the crowd is getting hyped up. They want to try and see if they can, cheer NIP back into victory right now, and they need it. But Manais is quickly going to silence them and takes down Forrest.
No fear from Manais, even getting double naded. He's like, nope, going to peek and going to get this kill. Nip will never expect it. And there you have it. That's why he gets the entry, and they are setting up once again with the smokes towards this A site. So NIP looks like they want to try and just brute force their way in here, but there are already 3 members here for ESC, a solid triangle that could potentially put a stop to the NIP push. They try to run into the site. Freiburg will clear the way with the double. He finally gets taken out by Manais, but Manais then goes down to get right. This is now looking like a decent situation here for NIP. They've turned it around.
They have the man advantage. They're all the way in the back here. There's no grenades left for ESC to grenade down Exist, so he should be able to stay alive as well. Not at all a bad situation here for the Swedish team, and there's not that much money in ESC, though. Ciro is going to take down Mike Kilele. Now a 2-on-2. That bomb still ticking away. They got to stay safe. They got to buy time here in NIP. ESC going for the retake right now. It's Ciro going down. It's just left on Mouse here. And NIP, after losing 6 rounds in a row, they might be about to make it back. They will make it back. Triple kill for Get Right. Last one and picking up the AWP. 13-13. Now, there is some bank on Innocent. He could drop for one person. Mouse could buy. But the rest of ESC actually can't. They're in a really tricky position right now. But if they don't force it up, that's getting it really close. And the Polish teams are going to decide, we'll fight you in the 28th round.
Yeah, we're going to take the fight and we're going to shut you down. We've done it so far throughout this entire first half. We can do it again. This is definitely, I like this as well because, I mean, look at the ESC. The decision here is full CZ. I mean, they can do the damage here. They are definitely not out. If NiP take this round lightly, if they give them the slightest opening, ESC will punish them hard. So this is still all or nothing for NIP. They cannot make a single mistake from this position here. And they're changing it up. It's Exist who's going to get boosted up in mid now.
Of all the ways to lose or to get knocked out of a tournament, losing against a full CZ 75 bar would absolutely be the most painful. That would be soul destroying for NIP. So a little bit of pressure is on here for everybody involved. And actually, look at what Rallen's doing. He's actually pushing up quite aggressively. Now, GetRight's kind of there to spot it out, so maybe he's not going to be too successful if GetRight's still going to be looking. But I think he's hit the almost perfect timing. Rallen right now, he's infiltrated the enemy lineup. This is almost perfect right now. Innocent picks up the kill. He goes down straight afterwards. NIP coming with a good kill. Freiburg turns around, but maybe not trying in time here. As Rallen is going to be the only one left. He picks up a Galil and tries to make a run for it, but NIP have control. And Mike Galil will pick up the last 2 kills there. Gets a double. It's 14-13. That was incredibly close. Rallen could have changed that round
half a second earlier. But then as well, GetRight, he turns around just as NiP initiate the push. And that push was actually very clean work there by NIP. Bit touch and go there for a second as they just try and make their way in. But proper flashes open the way. And NiP are now sitting on 14 rounds. ESC, however, I mean, it's got to be incredibly stressful for them as well. Because every time NiP take a round, they do something right, the crowd blows up. So now you're thinking, okay, we need to stop them cold and take the next 3 rounds. And they're not going to make a peep when we do. This is tough.
Well, there's a bit of a hint of the old school as it is GetRight currently top fragging to carry NIP back into it. So that feels like the way it should be on this team here. But if NIP lose this round, they really won't have a lot of money. ESC could come dangerously close to winning anyway. Michael Lilly trying for the flick, but he's just going to miss it a little bit, and he's going to get a return grenade. Actually, that fails, so, good, a little bit of fortune coming in for Michael Lilly there. Looks like they're going to try and make it an A push. They got the smokes, they got the Molotovs again. Freiburg trying to just burn out the ladder over there, and now they're going to go for it. It worked last time. We'll see if this time's going to be similar. Rallen goes down. It's a quick trade here. Forrest holding down Mouse 1, and NIP actually is Exist coming up with a great double kill. Bomb is going to go down here, and a tough retake ahead of the Polish team.
Yeah, absolutely. All of a sudden, NiP don't have any nades to hold this push off, and there are a couple picked up on ESC, but they're taking damage already. Spiro getting pinned down, and now it's the fight. Innocent takes out Exist. We're into a 3-on-3 situation. They're closing in ESC, and Forrest trying to cover the angles, making sure that he can't get flanked. But this is still, they're running out of time. Innocent and Spiro, they have no HP, but Spiro finds the kill.
One diffused, not going to happen. That was Forrest from behind. GetRight comes in with a kill, and that is match and map point here for the Swedish Ninjas in pajamas. This has been an incredibly scary game, and it is not over yet. ESC, they still do have CZ-75s. They have a Mag 7 and a couple of grenades. It's not the ideal weaponry to try and finish a game with, but NIP have got to be scared right now.
How close? How close can it get? This is nail-biting. And we're talking NIP right now. For second seed, they are now 1 round away. ESC playing carefully right now as well, not really pushing out anywhere actually. NIP holding, waiting to see if anything is going to happen. So far, there hasn't been anything crazy. ESC are perfectly caught. I mean, it seems like ESC are content to wait, to sit and wait and see where NIP are going to come at them from.
If nothing else, assuming that NIP can close this game, this should be a big sign that maybe picking cash later on or leaving it in the pool is a dangerous thing for NIP to do. We know that that doing it for some of the other maps definitely is, but cash might be this might be a bit of a warning sign for NIP if nothing else. All right, well, it's got 50 seconds left right now, and they are shaping up for what's looking like a B push where 2 people are holding over here, Mouse and Zero, and NIP going to be charging in. Did they spot the person in the corner? Forrest coming through the vent. There's a good opening. Mouse is here though, got the Mag 7 in hand, and he will go down. A great entrance right now, and NIP, they seem to have done it after such a struggle, they just barely come out on top here. Minai is charging in, he gets the kill on Get Right, but now he's trapped inside. 20 seconds left, and they are coming for him. C-set 75 to follow up, and that's the end. NIP, they do it, and a bit of celebration here, I think, is warranted. The crowd also rightly excited about this situation.
That is it. NIP, they put on a show in the end, and ESC certainly put up one hell of a fight, but NIP will be moving on into the playoffs tomorrow. They just barely dodged. They look relieved more than anything at that point. I think that was far too close for comfort when you're talking about the defending champs.
It was. I mean, the Polish team obviously not going to be too excited right now, but they should really pat themselves on the back. They put up way more of a struggle than anyone had imagined. So, you know, if anything, I would say this is, again, a bit of a wake-up call for NIP. Yes, it's a new team and everything, but they shouldn't be struggling this much. ESC, though, I mean, it's kind of exciting to see them play that well, to be honest. I mean, now I'm definitely going to be looking at them in a slightly different light going into future tournaments. Absolutely.
They showed they were able to go. But now let's go ahead and hear what the studio has to say. Scoots, up to you. Close away the night.